What is up, Phenom fam? Welcome back to the YouTube channel. And guys, this is kind of like episode 0 in a way of our WWE 2K19 Universe Mode series. And this, the reason I said episode 0 is because what we're doing today is we're telling you guys all of the things you need to know before we head into our draft. So we're going to be talking about pay-per-views today, what championships we're using, and like what rules we kind of have set out for just basically like what you guys need to know before heading into the series. So things that we won't necessarily really ever mention on camera, but it's just things that you guys are going to end up seeing that go into the universe. So, and of course, I got Tyler here with me.
A little preview of what 2K19 is going to be like when it comes to Smackdown.
Wait. Let me turn this down.
You say that as you're yelling into it.
Okay, now do it.
This is not just a prediction. It is a spoiler. Smackdown, for the second year in a row, will be the A-Show, baby!
Alright, now I can turn it back up again. Alright, that should be...
Kind of rang my own ear.
It should be pretty decent volume. Okay.
A little preview for you guys.
So, we got like pretty much 12 items to go through here real quick, just to let you guys get set up, get excited for 2K19, because we are excited, especially after seeing all this stuff that's coming out the past couple days with, well, the day we're recording this, of course, is September 21st. You guys probably aren't going to see this until a little bit closer to when the game comes out, but the embargo just lifted for the game, so all the YouTubers have been uploading stuff, so we're excited. But let's start off with the draft order, Tyler. Our draft order is going to be, of course, we're going to back and forth. You know, I pick one, you pick one, whatever. We're going to do a male, a female, and a tag team. So we're both going to pick a male, we're both going to pick another male, then we'll both pick females, then we'll both pick a tag team.
So if you watched us in the first draft video last year, you know exactly how it goes.
Exactly. It's going to be the exact same way. There's going to be a post-draft should Tyler and I want any people to, basically like a post-draft trade where we'll, sit down and we'll be like, okay, maybe Tyler will be like, I'll give you AJ Styles for Seth Rollins, or, maybe I want Randy Orton. I could be like, hey Tyler, I'll give you Dean Ambrose for Randy Orton, and stuff like that. We're not going to do that on camera, but
should we make an agreement, obviously once the draft is over, we can go in, record a very small clip saying, okay, so draft is over, but these deals were made. Even though Seth was drafted to Raw, he will now be on SmackDown. Same with AJ, the other way around.
Yeah, so that'll probably be tacked onto the end of the draft video, but like us actually like going back and forth trying to make trades won't be recorded.
Time saver,
yeah. Because I'm sure the draft is going to be long anyways. I mean, last year's I tried to edit out like all the ums and uhs and everything, and like us deciding who we were drafting, and even still it was like almost 2 hours. So
I think this year we're going to be better at it, though.
I'm sure, but still. Okay, so this one is a little bit of a pre-draft deal. Now we did one of these last year. We're kind of expanding on the one we already did last year. So
those last year, you may remember that. And the draft, we had said that there was a pre-draft agreement in which he was automatically given Matt and Jeff Hardy. In return,
Or DLC at the time.
That were DLC. And in return, I was automatically given the New Day. That still stands this year, but we have a little extra with that.
So the extra is on top of the Hardys, Raw will also absorb all of the Bullet Club. So Finn Balor, AJ Styles, and, of course, Gallows and Anderson, the club.
And in return, SmackDown not only has the New Day, but all 4 members of the Undisputed Era will be in. Adam Cole, Bebe, Roderick Strong, Bobby Fish, and Kyle O'Reilly.
And that's going to be interesting to see. I can't wait to see what you do with the Undisputed Era.
I think it's safe to say, draft hasn't even started yet, and already we have stacked rosters.
Yeah. Very true, very true. So, the next thing is that even though they're a stable, or they're stables, I should say, the Shield and the Riot Squad are all going to be drafted separately. We can't just on our first tag team pick be like, okay, the Shield, and get all 3 members. So each of the members of the Shield and each of the members of the Riot Squad have to be drafted separately.
Because the Shield was also the same agreement we had last year where we were going to do them separately. About a month or 2 ago, I texted him saying, hey, let's just stick with that agreement because we both know that's too strong of a pick. Plus, we're pretty much both guaranteed at least one of us would be like, okay, my first pick is Seth Rollins, and like the next person would be like, mine's Dean Ambrose.
Yeah, first of all, there's no way we would even get to the first tag team pick before at least one of the Shield members is gone, if not 2 of them, or
maybe even all 3.
Yeah, maybe even all 3.
Because last year, my first 2 picks were Ambrose and Rollins.
Yeah. So, just for that, they have to be drafted separately.
Along as the Riot Squad, too.
Yeah. Kind of piggybacking off of this, the rest of the majority of teams and stables will be kept together and drafted together. So, things like, the Bella Twins...
Sanity, Bludgeon Brothers.
Yeah. All those people will be drafted as teams, just so you don't end up having one of us get Jey Uso, the other one have Jimmy Uso, and then you just have to have these weird, smorgasbord tag teams.
In all the videos that have been released lately, and I just thought of this now, already in the game, they have all 3 members of the Miz-Taraj as a team. We can make the agreement now that we won't draft them together as the Miz-Taraj. So Miz can be drafted separately. If we really wanted to, Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas could be drafted as the B team.
Yeah. So yeah, but this one also kind of piggybacking off of the draft. Legends will not be drafted again this year, just because we want to keep it simple, and because as we found out last year, even without drafting the Legends, it was really, really tough for us to include everybody in storylines and come up with good storylines for everybody and to make it feel like we were using everybody efficiently. And I know, especially, I know personally that there were some people that I just completely ignored and used as, in 2 or 3 matches, and that was it. So, yeah, just to keep it simple, Legends won't be drafted, although some of them may appear in the Royal Rumble as surprise entrants, but we'll see when we get closer to the Royal Rumble. So the next thing,
I'm looking forward to this.
Getting into pay-per-views here a little bit. Survivor Series will be a SmackDown versus Raw pay-per-view. And now, if you guys have been following along, like I'm sure you guys have been, recently we had to come to the sad conclusion that we had to cancel the 2K18 series, and we had actually already recorded our Survivor Series, and then it got corrupted. Which was
easily the best and honestly the most fun show that we ever filmed, and of course we lost it all.
Yep. Really, really sucks, but...
that show, perfect.
Yeah. But to try to capitalize on the magic that we created the first time, we're going to try it again, and you guys will actually get to see it this time.
We promise.
That's going to be awesome. I can't wait to get there. So the next thing... any DLC wrestlers, they did already reveal all of the DLC wrestlers. The DLC wrestlers will be drafted in private, and the reason we're doing that is to keep it secret so that their debuts are an actual surprise, like they would be on TV.
Which is actually what we did last year, because even before the game was released, they had released the list of all the DLC people, but only one pack was of current people.
And the other one was like Legends, yeah.
And we had texted saying, hey, look, if you want Drew McIntyre and Elias, I'll take Ruby Riot and Aleister Black, and we agreed on that. But we did not mention it in any video. We just, like Drew McIntyre, he was a surprise return on his one Raw.
Yeah. So, again, that's just to keep suspense, keep surprise going. This one, kind of doubling back to the draft here, Maurice can be drafted with The Miz, as well as Lana can be drafted with Rusev. We could draft them separately, we could draft Maurice as our women's pick and not The Miz, or Lana and not Rusev, or Rusev and not Lana if we wanted to. But if you want to, the option is there to draft them Miz and Maurice, and Lana and Rusev. I don't remember, how did we do it last year? Did that count as a tag team, or did that just count as one pick?
One pick. So when you drafted Miz, you technically got Miz and Maurice.
Okay, yeah. So, I mean, if you plan on using both of those people in that duo wisely, you can get a pretty sneaky pick off with that. The first draft pick will be decided in a coin flip, best 2 out of 3. That's exactly how we did it last year. Tyler won the coin flip last year, and it was interesting. I figured it was the fairest way to do it, so
I'm hoping to make it 2 years in a row.
I mean, I have terrible luck, so.
Yeah, but watch, you'll get both flips, like how I did.
One thing that was that's so obvious that we didn't even mention it, but I think is definitely worth mentioning, and we probably should even said it as it probably should have been our number 1. We did mention this already, but I'll mention it again because this is the video with all the 2K19 info in it. Our 2K19 universe is starting the Raw after SummerSlam and going until WrestleMania. So that period of time, which I think I read somewhere that the calendar is actually changed this year in universe, so I think WrestleMania happens at the end of April now.
Yeah.
Instead of the end of March. So I think total that comes out to 7 or 8 months on the universe calendar. So from SummerSlam to WrestleMania or from the Raw after SummerSlam until WrestleMania is our calendar for universe this year.
So instead of April to March, it's May to April. If we did the full year, that's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah. But since it's SummerSlam, it's basically from the beginning of September until
the end of
April. So okay, so now we're getting into championship belts, Tyler. So
a belt holds up your pants.
I said a championship belt.
It's a title.
All right, Vince McMahon, calm down.
You're fired.
All right. So, if you guys didn't hear, they actually now allow you to have 6 titles on a show. We didn't take advantage of all 6, but we did each add an extra mid-card title to our repertoire. So, for Raw, the world title will be the World Heavyweight Championship, yet again. We will also have the Hardcore Championship coming back. Our second mid-card title will be the United States Championship. We are going to keep the current Raw Tag Team Championships and the current Raw Women's Championships.
And over on SmackDown, our main World Championship will be the 2013 WWE Championship, the one that The Rock debuted. Our mid-card titles will be the current White Leather Intercontinental Championship and the European Championship.
Nice, nice.
The Tag Team Championships will be the current SmackDown Tag Team Championships. Same thing with the Women's Championship, SmackDown Women's Championship.
And, of course, we will have some joint pay-per-views along the way, but we're talking about pay-per-views right now. More importantly, our exclusive pay-per-views, because, of course, along the way, we're going to run into Survivor Series, which we already talked about. It'll be SmackDown versus Raw. We'll also have the Royal Rumble, which will be a joint pay-per-view. And, of course, the big shebang at the end, WrestleMania, will, of course, be a joint pay-per-view. But our exclusive pay-per-views go like this. So for Raw, we've got Armageddon starting off just 2 weeks after our debut episode. Well, 2 in-game weeks.
Well, I mean, if the calendar changed, I mean, we'll have to take a look at it. But that will be the first pay-per-view you guys should see.
Yeah, the first pay-per-view will be Armageddon for Raw. That'll be in the September month on the calendar. Then it will be Halloween Havoc in October. Then, of course, November is Survivor Series. Then in December, we have December to Dismember. And then, of course, we would go into the Royal Rumble for January. Then for February, the Raw exclusive pay-per-view is St. Valentine's Day Massacre. And then, of course, we would head on to WrestleMania after that.
But, of course, SmackDown has our own pay-per-views. So in September, we are going to have Backlash. In October, we are going to have No Mercy, Survivor Series in November. December will be Vengeance. January is Royal Rumble. No Way Out will be the February pay-per-view for SmackDown. And then, of course, well, no. We'd have to have an extra pay-per-view now that I think about it.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that. We will have to add an extra pay-per-view for March. Because April will be WrestleMania.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. I'm going to go One Night Stand for March.
My March will be Battleground.
All right. So now that we fixed that situation, so we've got the exclusive pay-per-views And guys, that's pretty much all the info that you guys need to know heading into the draft. Now, like I said, we're recording this on September 21st. I don't plan to have this video out until like around a week before the game comes out. So you guys probably won't see this for about a week or so after I record it. But yeah, we just wanted to get this recorded, get it ready for you guys. But we're excited. Now that the roster is completely revealed, we're going to be working on our... well, I think you said you're already done with your draft order. I didn't start mine, so I need to start working on my draft. And then hopefully we're going to record the draft here in a couple days, and then you guys will see it probably maybe even the night the game comes out to celebrate that. I'll see. I'm thinking I'll probably upload it to like the day the game is going to come out. But yeah, and then hopefully our first episode of this series, I don't want to commit to anything, but it'll probably be within the first couple days of the game being out. So guys, we are super excited to be able to start this up. We are excited. Of course, you know, 2K18 ended in a much not very ideal way, but we're pumped. We're ready to get into 2K19, and we're ready to go full force on it. So guys, if you are excited for 2K19, be sure to pack a punch that like button. Be sure to subscribe with the notification bell turned on. Have a phenomenal day, and guys, Phenom out.